All right, welcome back, you guys. So I'm gonna break this one down, I believe. Yes, I'm gonna break this one down to The Bathing Garden, Southbound Candle Co., and Vintage Chic Scents. So we're gonna start off with The Bathing Garden, which is one of my favorite vendors. Like, you guys are gonna see, like, the things that I have from the vendors I do have right now. These are my favorite vendors. Like, I want some more Zape, but that's like, I've got to wait to get my stash down a bit. But other than that, these are my favorite vendors that you're gonna see, like, from like here on out when it comes to vendor wax. So they're like an indie brand. They aren't owned by any big conglomerate. They are, I want to say, all women owned, like all female boss ladies. And I'm just looking around because I think that's the case. So anyway, we're gonna crack on, and I'm gonna share with you guys with The Bathing Garden. So I actually just acquired a few new clams to me and new scents to me because I received a very lovely random act of kindness, as mentioned before, from Ava. So I'm gonna go show you because I'm looking forward to trying these. So a lot of these are maybe more like a winter scent. Like this is candied acorn and fig. This is nutty patissier highlighted with sweet fig. So The Bathing Garden, for those of you who don't know, does amazing wax. Looks absolutely delightful. That's even like super plain for her wax. I'm looking forward to melting this one. Like, I know I'm just showing you guys what I have, but I also want to like get you to appreciate what she does with her wax is absolutely amazing. This one here I'm currently melting. This is called Lovely. This one here is Turkish Rose blended with sandalwood musk and milky coconut flakes. Sorry guys, my focus. Anyway, so that I only have a little bit of that. So that's good. That's good. I love it. Okay, so continuing on to the things I received from Ava. This is Cranberry Fig. I'm not going to go into all the descriptions, but I am going to show you the lovely detail work that she does with her wax. Absolutely beautiful. Anything like this that you see, they don't melt down. They just stay, when you turn off your warmers, they just sort of harden into the wax and they pop out. I use the freezer method for wax melts and things like that. So anyway, that is that for that one. And then this one's so intriguing. I never even heard, you know what? I've never heard of this one. I feel so lame for saying that. But Polar Cookies. And first of all, I'm smelling it. It smells delicious. It smells absolutely delicious, but they're so beautiful. Again, I appreciate all the work that she does. This is like, it's just a beautiful like sugar cookie scent. Love it. And then the last one from Ava, here we have chestnuts and pine cones. So we'll show you that one on the inside. Just absolutely delightful. Beautiful. So chestnuts and pine cones. And then my absolute top 3 of all coffee scents from any vendor, non-vendor, Bath & Body Works, all of that. Top 3 in one of those spots will be this next one. And that is Elf's Morning Blend. It is scrumptious. It is a coffee, like a peppermint candy cane, cocoa. It's just beautiful. My God, it smells delicious. It's peppermint mocha on steroids. I love it. I love it, love it. Before we go to my absolute favorite scent that The Bathing Garden does, I'm going to go talk to you guys. So she does those clams. She does body care. I love her scrubs to death. I love her scrubs. They foam well for me. Her scrubs melt away nicely. They aren't leaving big chunks in my shower. Just things like that. Her scents really reflect a lot of her wax melt. Actually, all of her wax melts. If there's a popular scent, she normally turns what was a wax melt scent also into a body care. So she does whipped soaps, hand soap, like hard soaps. I haven't tried any of those. But she is very generous with her samples when you order from The Bathing Garden, you guys. I cannot stress that enough. Vendors do not have to do that. But man, is it a great way for them to get you hooked into the next season or the next collection that might be coming out. Because that's generally what happens with The Bathing Garden. You order, place an order. When you receive your order, you get a whole pile of samples, you guys, and a lot of it's to reflect on what's coming up. So it's a really good tool, really good advertising. So there was also a couple years ago when I started really getting into wax, these really big jumbo wax tarts. They're 8.5 ounces. You can see I put the date of, I received mine on Valentine's Day of 2018. This was in Sleigh Bells. These are beautiful. And the whole idea, obviously, for yourself, or you gift, if you know someone who loves a scent, you can gift them this and they can chop it up. It's absolutely just beautiful, you guys. So this is in Sleigh Bells. This is sugar dusted pine layered with orange, peppermint, and clove. Gorgeous. But I will say my absolute favorite scent, and Ava knows, so because Ava sent me this clam of Winter Palace, and she wrote down the scent notes, and on the back, and she's put your fave. 100% is. This is beautiful. I'll just read to you what Ava put on here. It's French lavender, winter berries, vanilla and pomegranate, strawberries, icy peppermint, and hints of tea and pink sugar. So comforting, so relaxing, just so homey in such a good way for me. From this company, this is my absolute favorite. So I actually have 2 clams, and I have one of those jumbo wax melts that she does, because I cannot be without. It's absolutely gorgeous. So that was the Bathing Garden. So now I want to do Southbound Candle Co. I don't buy a lot from her, but what I do, I love. I really enjoyed her wax. In fact, I'm looking at the only 2 little bakery bags that I have left, and I am going to pull them out because I've had them A, for a long time, and B, some of them are definitely for the right time of this year, like this time of year. So first, oops, sorry guys. The first one here is Dead of the Night and Witching Hour. And her shapes, Southbound, she just had a baby, so congratulations. It's so exciting and a lot of work. And also being a business owner. So Southbound, I have to say, they have the best shapes. They're not all like this. They're all themed. Like, this is definitely Halloween, and it's the name. So you're gonna get skulls, you're gonna get all sorts of things, teeth, you know, all that kind of stuff. The creativity in her shapes and of wax is amazing. And she may only put out in her, and again, I'll stress this too, every vendor I talk about from here on out, any, you know, takes from here on out, look them up on Facebook. That's the best way to get to know them, to know what they've got, what their restocks are. Not a lot of them are very good at Instagram or any of that, or have a YouTube channel of their own, but they all have Facebook, and that's pretty much how they reach their clientele. So as you can see, the website here. So this is a gorgeous scent. I've had it before, love it. There's also one that is Strawberry Seduction. Delicious. Like, it's unreal how much I want to lick the air, and I don't have that anymore, but it's one of my favorites, you know? So good. And then one that my favorites, you guys know how much I love coffee. I say this, I'm sounding like a broken record. Cafe Cream Puffs, where the roasted coffee stands out amongst all the other descriptions in here. This is the one. And again, because this is the roasted coffee, she does like little like treats and things like that. Like she does like strudels and, you know, little shapes. Donuts. I'm gonna see if I can pull out a donut here. God, this bag smells good. Little donuts and things like that. So she really does pay attention to the detail, and whatever she's, you know, putting in these bags, she really does try to make it reflect. So anyway, love Southbound. I just doesn't have a huge restock of a lot of different scents compared to a lot of other vendors. I can appreciate that, but when she does, man, I thoroughly enjoy. All right, so the last grouping in this section is Vintage Chic Scents, also known as VCS. So that is now how I'm going to say it. So anytime I talk about it, it's VCS. All right, gifted to me, the first 2 here are from Ava. This is the Bourbon Orleans Hotel. I never melted this one before, so that sounds really, really good, and I think I'm going to be pulling that one out. This melting basket for October is definitely going to go right into November. There's so much stuff. I love it all. I love fall. And this one here is I Believe in Pink Sugar Peppermint. So that sounds perfect for a bedroom, if you ask me. And then, okay, and then one thing I pull out every year, and the little sticker that tells me what it says is starting to run, like the ink is running. This is Campfire Tails. I fell in love with this because I received a sample. This is what vendors do. They get you hooked. I received a sample with one of my orders and I got hooked. And although you can't really read it very well, it's white chocolate graham cracker and gooey marshmallow. 100% love, 100%. This is my October melt every year, so I will take a square and probably chop it up probably through October and November and hold on to the rest of it because so good. And the last thing from Vintage Chic Scents in this section as well is Princess of Monaco, which was an OG for me from Vintage Chic Scents or VCS. Lemon curd and marshmallow. Many vendors do this scent. It's not a hard one to do, but it's very lovely. I do enjoy this. Again, there was a time that everybody who was anybody in the wax world was like getting their hands on Princess of Monaco. Very hard to get. So anyway, very, very good, delightful, delicious. Okay, you guys, that's the end of this segment and on to the next. All right, so now I'm gonna just do these quick segments so I can like dump and then show and then load back up and put away because I'm getting to be a little OCD. I'm looking around me and the mess I'm making. So anyway, next up, Rose Girls. So Rose Girls, like every other vendor, I'm telling you, you gotta follow them on their Facebook page, RG Wax. Anyway, that's the best way, of course, to find out what they've got for restocks, when restocks are, their scent list, all that stuff. And they're very, you know, the fan base in each of those groups is great. So if you ever have any questions at all, don't hesitate to ask. So with Rose Girls, I love her mini melters, of which I have none. I have no mini melters. They are literally just little tiny pieces of normally 1 cent or some sort of blend that she does. Where you could, the whole idea is that you can either melt them on their own or blend them with other things. So they're nice tiny little pieces of wax in that whatever scent that it is that you purchased. I don't have any, but they are a great way to figure out what you like and to experiment and things like that. But another form of wax that she does, and she does very well, are these muffins. And I should have taken one out before, sorry guys. But she does these muffins, which are very popular. I'm just gonna take one out to show you. So this one here is Jumping on Strawberry Clouds. So that is that. And I get good for, I chop this into quarters. So, man, that does smell good. So there's Strawberry Clouds. It's very, very good. So I'm gonna show you a couple muffins here. So then I have Octobers, like hello, Octobers. And then we have apple clove butter, vanilla sandalwood, and campfire marshmallows. Oh, it does sound delicious, doesn't it? I ordered this in a pre-order last August, so I received it in October or late September, something like that. So a lot of these scents are very fall / coming out of summer into fall. Like this one, coconut pumpkin marshmallow cake. And this one I'm gonna try. This is the blueberry muffin, marshmallow fireside, and vanilla bean noel. I'm not a big blueberry fan, but you guys know I'm gonna give it a try. And then we have Cider Delight. So there's that. And then when she does her little samplers, like not little, like she does like her bedroom sampler, like scents for the bedroom, or Lush dupe samplers, things like that. She generally, you get say, I'm just guessing, you get 10 different things, but in those little wee Ziplocs you get 2 good chunks, which I'm going to show you. So this one here is apple fritter and sugar spice and everything nice. So there's that. Pumpkin, this was our pumpkin, I think it was our pumpkin sampler or something like that. Pumpkin smoothie peeps cakes. We have, sorry guys, fireside cookies with cream cheese frosting. Okay, yes please. Where is that? I need it in my tummy. Candy corn strudselkuchen. Strudselkuchen? I think it is. Is that German? Dutch? German? Anyway, I can't recall. But yes, I can't say it very well, so I apologize for butchering. Then we have blueberry lemon mousse cake, which again, I'm going to give it a try. I'm not a big fan of blueberry. That's just me. Everyone's got their thing of what they will or what they do or they don't like. I'm not a big blueberry fan. And there's another blueberry pumpkin patch type. So I think this is supposed to be a dupe of a Bath & Body Works scent. And then you guys, I ordered this Halloween sampler, which I've melted some last year, and of course I'm going to be melting some this year. It came in this cute little, like, seriously, this is such a cute little sachet with the googly eyes, and it was awesome. So anyway, some of the scents, or they're all different shapes. This was in caramel kettle corn fluff puffs, and it's in a headstone. Like, you can't get much more Halloween, right? Apple puff pumpkin pie. And then we have a happy pumpkin. Then we have the sweet lavender pumpkin pie. He's a happy pumpkin face. And the last item from Rose Girls that I have is a Scooby Mystery. So another headstone. So that's it from Rose Girls. And I think the next thing I'm going to do is Rainbow Melts. All right, I'll be right back. All right, you guys, I am back with some Rainbow Melts. So again, as all the other vendors I talk about, she is the most, Crystal is the owner of Rainbow Melts, and she is the most active on her Facebook page. So look her up on Rainbow Melts on Facebook. And she also has a website and everything, but all that information is on her Facebook page. So I fell in love with Rainbow Melts, probably one of my first vendors, I want to say back in summer of 2017. She listens to her customers. She's very, very sweet. She goes live every so often, which is always nice to catch up with the vendor themselves, to find out what's coming down the pipe. You know, just staying in communication with your peeps, with the people who love you and people who support you is always very good. So I do appreciate that. And she's a one-woman show. I believe her husband helps her package things at the end, but she literally pours everything on her own, and that's pretty amazing. So again, Rainbow Melts is one of my favorite vendors, but also too, it's part of it is the scent. She's got tons of different scents that you can choose from, blend and all that. She does customs as well as pre-orders and all sorts of things. But for me, less is more with Rainbow Melts. Less is more, absolutely. I find that her stuff doesn't even matter. I've had some pieces that were 3 years old that threw like a beast, and you don't need that much. So even if you have a big space, always best in general with vendor wax to try a little bit, and if you need to add a little bit more. But always be careful because you can get blown out of your house. All right, so I'm actually going to start with the trio, the cookie trio that I've talked about before. Rainbow Melts, she did this amazing trio. I'm not going to open them, but this is Texas Road Trippin'. It's basically the 3 different scents that she did based on Ramona and I. When I was visiting Ramona back in Texas in April 2018, we went live a couple of different times. We were talking about interesting blends that we thought that might do really well. And she, i.e. Crystal from Rainbow Melts, she actually created them. And she was so sweet and named this whole thing after us on our trip because we did the Texas Triangle. There's also Kim and Ramona's Great Adventure, that kind of thing. But they all have different scents. They're big, big cookies, you guys. Less is more. I chopped this up into 8 pieces and I get a huge throw. So yeah, really, really love that, and very, very thankful for Crystal for doing that. Crystal does great samplers. I really enjoy, and I purchase a lot of her samplers, and you're gonna see some repetition here. But before I go into this particular bag, this is how her samplers come. They're beautiful, love it, and she always provides samples as well when you order. Okay, so I'm just gonna, before I open that though, I'm gonna move that to the side. We will open that. That's all coffee, by the way. You guys know, if you know me, you know I love my coffee. But before we discuss coffee, we'll do the Haunting Night. This is a lo-fi purchase. This is Leaves type Bath & Body Works Marshmallow Fireside. Yes, please. And then she did her version of the Sun-Drenched Apricot Rose, which is a Yankee Candle dupe. I really do enjoy this. I feel like it's about a 90% dupe from that candle. From Yankee Candle. I do enjoy the Yankee one a little bit more. I think I need a little bit more apricot or apricot, depending on how you want to say it. So I would like a little bit more of the apricot to come out. But it's like 90% dupe for that. Then we have one of my oldest, well, it's from last year, but I'm melting through my stash, guys. I'm getting through my stuff. This is Halloween candy, trick or treat goodies. So this is from a Halloween sampler from last year. Shapes are beautiful. Love them. Like, seriously, love. This is one of the few bits I have left over from Christmas, and you can see the little Christmas tree at the top. I got her advent calendar the last 2 years. This is Warm Wishes. This is orange cranberry muffins and caramel brown sugar and holiday cider. Beautiful. I'm going to save this for the holiday season. And Rainbow Ween. This one here. This is like it is actually spider's web. So there's that one. And I think this one here, this one's non-coffee. So Batty, this is actually a pumpkin with a hat on it. It's kind of hard to see, but this is that one there. And then everything else I have, including this big bag of samples, not samples, this big bag sampler, are all coffee. So you might see some repeats, but we've got the Masquerade, Java Bistro. Oops, sorry guys. I'm moving you around. Caramel coffee zucchini bread. Sweet espresso morning. So it does have blueberry in it, but I'm going to give it a try because the coffee definitely is the thing that comes out first. And then I want to open this bag for you. You're going to see some repeats from what I just showed you, but I'm just going to show you guys. So there's some repeats there. This is something you haven't seen. Cafe treat. This is of a Rainbow Melts. Coffee sampler, cup of joe, little coffee beans, little decadent little treats, like a little loaf. This is Coffee Lounge. Coffee shop. This is beautiful. I really enjoyed this one. Coffee made me do it. So that one's got lavender in it, so that's kind of cool. And these are like little ice cream scoops. So cute. Frosted espresso. Yes, please. And Coffee Heaven, which is mixed with one of her favorite and most popular scents, which is Cookie Heaven. So that is everything from Rainbow Melts that we have. So I think last, but certainly not least, and probably the longest portion or segment of this video will be Super Tarts. All right, I'll be right back. All right, welcome back, you guys. So now we're on the last segment of my wax collection. Yes, this is turning out to be a long video. So I really hope you guys got a drink. I should have said at the beginning of the whole thing. But today I'm going to share with you probably the largest collection I have at the moment of a single vendor, and that is Super Tarts. And Super Tarts, again, they're not as active on any other platform other than their Facebook page. They do have an Instagram, but they're not very active. So you want to check out Super Tarts on Facebook. So I have loved and adored Super Tarts from the beginning of my collection, we'll say, of wax. And I want to say February of 2017, I ordered or placed my first order with Super Tarts. And I love Big Bang Theory. I ordered almost everything from the Big Bang Theory lineup that she had. Now, she's changed her way, she no longer has everything labeled the way it used to be because of copyright issues and things like that. She just doesn't want to infringe on anything, which I can appreciate. She has a warehouse in Sequim, Washington, where I used to live was not that far. Yes, it still would have been like a full day of getting me down there. I mean, a full day, probably between a ferry ride and drives, it's probably would get me there in about 7-8 hours. But I'm clear across the country now in Halifax, Nova Scotia. But with that said, she is not a one-woman show, although it's a little bit less in her warehouse that used to have a few other people. But with everything that's going on with the world, and family comes first and all that stuff, they're just trying to do what they can with what they have as staff, and also just for themselves. They're gonna have time for their own kids. So anyway, so Super Tarts, love and adore them. She did announce that she will have Wax Wednesday again this year, but it will not look anything like last year, which I'm sad because I get it, because they don't have that many people to work like working in the warehouse, that it would take even longer to get this produced. And I know that, you know, Brandy's a perfectionist in that sense, and I can appreciate that. And she wants, you know, to get her stuff out to people, the pre-orders. It will look significantly different. How different, we won't know until she updates us, probably closer to the time. But she's also the only vendor I have purchased an advent calendar every single year that I possibly could. So since I started Wax Melts, I think 2018, 2019, this year's 2020, you know, I've ordered, and it's obviously on pre-order because I don't have it yet. So she does a 25-day Christmas advent. She also listens to her clientele or customers a lot, but she's also the one to tell you, like, I can't do that, and she'll be real with you. I cannot do that. You know, she's a mama. You don't want to mess with mom. You know what I mean? And I, again, can very much appreciate it. Again, family does come first, or it should come first. So I have a lot of wax from her. Just like I mentioned about Rainbow Melts, Super Tarts to me is less is more. You don't need a lot. There are certain scents in here that are some of my absolute favorite scents from anyone, anywhere. You need less, like I said, very little to get a punch, and some of my absolute favorite scents are here. So I'm going to stop talking. They're in no particular order because they're all over the place. I may even have doubles that I don't even know. I know I have doubles. But first of all, she used to do super pans, which were really big and elaborate and really cool shapes. She hasn't done that in years. Then she had, the half-size super pans. Sidekicks, smaller versions of that, which she hasn't done in a while because, again, she's super busy and there's not as many people working in her warehouse. Then she has these bags here. They were called BAM bags, and they're just little itty bitty bits of the wax. And this one is in Fake and Bake, which is one of my favorites. This is a lot of wax. This is about I'll show you. It's about 3 clamshells of wax in one of these bags, approximately. So this one here is one of my absolute favorite scents. It's really hard to read. I have to read it here. Oh, it's like zucchini bread, sugar cookie, and something flavor. Anyway, it got cut off at the bottom. Love Fake and Bake. You can really actually fake it till you make it. People might think that you're actually baking something. One of my absolute favorite scents from any vendor, from anywhere at all. One of my most comforting scents is Beauty and the Beast. If you guys know me, you guys know that about me. I've talked highly about Beauty and the Beast. It's so good. And again, just like Rainbow Melts, Super Tarts here, I can have melts for years and it will throw just as good as the day I got it. So her wax keeps very well. And then I have, excuse me, I'm just going to take them out of their packet here. I have some leftover bits from last year's advent calendar. So she did them in these little packets. So this is day 6, and then she has a sticker here to tell us what it was. And day 5, this was Christmas Day. And then we have like day 8. So I'm not going to open all of these because this is already a really long video, but I will open this one. I don't even know what shape it is anymore, but this is day 20. For example, this is like a little sparkly tart. I would cut this in half. So there is that. Okay. All right, so here we go, you guys. It's gonna be really fun. There's a lot to go through. Okay, I'm literally gonna grab and go. There's no particular order. And I'm not gonna go through the scent notes. I'll hold them up to the screen if you want to pause, screenshot. I will let you know, you can feel free to do that. So this is Blown Up. Jasper. You can kind of get a gist as we're going along that a lot of these were themed for certain TV shows and movies. Supercalifragilistic. Harley Quinn. Lumpy. Casper, which is another amazing bakery scent if you love bakery. Casper. Sophia. Dark Wizard, Vampire Diaries, Harry, CSI, Harry's Holiday. All right, I'm just gonna bust out a whole other sleeve here. I've got another Casper, and then I've got one more Casper clam, and then I got a Beauty and the Beast, which is that band bag I showed you earlier. That I have 2 of the band bags. Beauty and the Beast, I have 1, 2 of those in clamshell form. That just shows you guys how much I love it. One of my absolute favorite bathroom scents ever, and if you want something to last you a whole week, it's gonna do it for you. Minerva, beautiful. I have 3 of those. Bridget Jones, Mystique. I'm gonna bust out another. So I'm gonna show you too, guys. When you go to Walmart, just when you're buying wax, fill them in one of these. This is what the Walmart Wax Sensationals or their Homes and Gardens comes in. Just put all your wax in it. Take it to the till. Own it, man. You're not stealing. They're gonna get rid of this anyway. Makes for great storage. So that's how I keep all my clams inside of a container. Nice and neat. So next up we have iZombie, Blanche, sorry, Janine, sorry about the air conditioning, you guys, Bloody Face, Chomper, Jaws, which is an OG, and I say that because it is. Great White, and we've got Sharknado. Okay, I've got 2 more of these sleeves to go. Wax Wednesday of 2019, I went nuts, but there's a reason, because I love her wax. It lasts a long time. I know I have complete and utter faith in all of her stuff. And the way she had Wax Wednesday last year, I could just order whatever I want in any quantity that I wanted. So I did. A bit of magic. I still had to hold back though, let's be honest. Hedwig, one of my favorite chai tea scents. A Christmas Morning. Gandalf. Then we have Zombieland. Captain General. One of my favorite coffee scents, Predator. And MASH. And the last sleeve we have here, Birds. Oh, I'm so happy I get to melt this one. I've been saving it for October. Mr. Myers. You can see the difference in the packaging, because she changed her packaging in 2019. So I have that one, and this next one actually was gifted to me, the little bit older. This is P.F. Chang's, and I have never melted that one, and I know it's a favorite of so many. Festival of Lights. This was made famous because she made this blend in her Wax Advent a couple years ago, and then brought it back as something that you can order. So that's nice. Yippee-ki-yay! So yeah, you can tell which movie that was from. This is Emmett. And last but certainly not least, we have Jolly Saint Nick. So you guys, if you're still with me here, yeah, this is a long video, but I wanted to show you guys. Now, it looks like a lot. I just tried to make it as pieced up and grouped as I possibly could. But this is all of my wax. I'll tell you right now, I have 1 bin of chopped up candles from Bath & Body Works or Yankee. I have 2 of the same equal sized bin of wax melts from vendor and or Walmart. That's all I have left. When I arrived to Nova Scotia a year and 2 months ago, I had a total of, I think it was between 6 or 8 bins. So I'm down to 2 bins of like I said, vendor and Walmart wax, and 1 bin strictly of chopped up candles. I know for a fact I used to have 2 of just chopped up candles. So you guys, I know that seems like a lot. I know it is. And I know I have stuff waiting for me at Ramona's. We're just saving it up, waiting for some winter wax to arrive, maybe at Walmart, to do a little shopping with her, and then send it over to me. But really, I love wax melts. I love my home smelling amazing. I always get compliments from people, about how well the house smells. So anyway, you guys, I really do appreciate if you guys last this long. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. You guys have been the best subscribers. You really have. So as always, you guys, be safe, take care, and have fun. Bye, guys.